In my last career mode video, I had to take a shot of vinegar because I failed the challenge to get into the top 7 at Bahrain. This time, I have to score points from last place at Imola whilst using chase cam. If I don't, I have to pour this bucket of ice cold water over my head. I hope you guys are ready for this because, well, I'm kind of dreading this. But let's get into it anyway. And before we get into the video, I would like to give a huge shout out to Average Joe F1, Abdul Oman Boy, and Andrews Angus for subscribing to the channel recently. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel if you do want to appear in future videos. So I know that this career mode is very unorthodox in the way that it's done with forfeits and challenges and stuff like that, but we are still going to treat this like a normal career mode, and I'm still going to try and upgrade the car whenever we can. So I do believe at the time we had enough points to get all the upgrades that was available to us at the time, so we was going to just get them all and hope that all of them came through. However, sadly, leading up to the Imola Grand Prix, not all of them came through. All but one did, which I believe was to do with our aerodynamics. I think it was the front wing lower something or plate or something like that. We didn't get it, sadly, so we're going to have to try and get that one at a later date. But in terms of upgrades going into the Imola Grand Prix, this is what we're running with. Okay, so as you guys can see, we're starting on the start-finish line grid, and we're in P19. I've actually just noticed we're in P19. We're not in P20. I'm guessing somebody got a penalty. Not sure what happened there, but I guess we'll just let them go and start from the back anyway. But we're trying to get into the points today. The reason why, as I've mentioned previously in the intro, we forgot to turn down the AI, and remember, you are going to be slower when using a different cam, and since we're using chase cam of all cams, I'm going to be significantly slower, so I thought I'd just dial down the challenge and see what we can do here. So let's get into it. Let's let the person, whoever's behind us, go through, and yeah, we'll get started with this. So let's go. We've got Nicholas Latifi behind us, but we've got 5 red lights for the Imola Grand Prix, and lights out and away we go. Keep slow, just let him pass. Alright, Latifi's passed. The floodgates have opened for us now. Gonna have to keep things pretty simple here for turn 1, even with the AI. Turn 1 can be pretty hectic here at Imola. There are some... Oh, what's happening here? Okay, we've made some positions. Not sure what happened there, but I think someone ended up getting spun. We're just gonna let Raikkonen go through. Oh no, we've gone too wide. We've gone too wide. No, who is that? Mazepin of all people overtaking us. Yeah, this is going to be a lot harder of a challenge than you guys think. Chase cam is not the easiest cam to drive with, especially when you're using a wheel, but we're going to try our best here. Need to get past Mazepin. Can't be having that. Can't let Mazepin be mugging us off, even if we're having a big handicap here. Usually when you're going into a braking zone, as soon as you hit the braking zone with the front of your car, that's when you would start braking. But with chase cam, it's different, quite different actually. You actually have to do it when you reach the braking point with the back of your car. If you use the front, then you're braking too early, which is really odd, really discombobulating. And yeah, I don't know, it just catches me, and I'm sure it catches a lot of you guys out. But you can see now we're still in P18 right now, which is not a good sign. We're going to have to actually try and get into the points here. Now remember, the car is still a little bit quicker than the cars around us, just because we were starting so low down. We are in an Alpine, and we have had some upgrades. Really nerve-wracking here. I'm going to have to go 14 laps now without getting another warning, because I don't want to be on the back foot just because of warnings. Go wide literally as soon as I say that. We're still behind Mazepin of all people. We're going to have to really start using our ERS here. Speaking of ERS, I recently have just come out with the ERS video. It came out the other day, so make sure to go and watch that if you're struggling with ERS management. I'm going to have to go against everything I said in that video, just because of what I'm doing here. Usually I wouldn't, but yeah, I'm going to have to go against everything I said and just completely spam my ERS as much as I can. I'm not used to the way that the arrows work as well in chase cam. Pretty horrible. Oh, there you go. Got a nice corner there. Not even sure what that chicane's called. Let me know in the comment section what that chicane's called. I'm really bad with the names on tracks. I more say know the numbers, and even then I'm still pretty bad with numbers. We do need to pick this up now, because we're losing time here. We're losing a lot of time here. And you have to remember that the AI behind us do still have DRS on us, and we do make up a lot of time with DRS here.
Gap to car
not going into the pits either.
2.9 seconds.
There he comes, here's Latifi. He's probably going to pass us before we get to the line. Yeah, he's passed us. Thank. No, we've spun. Oh God, no, we've spun. Okay, well, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna do a flashback. Luckily, I do have flashbacks on. We've only got 6 flashbacks to use. Only 6 during a Grand Prix. So if we mess up like that more. Yeah, no, you guys didn't see that. Nothing happened. Nothing happened there. You didn't see me crash into the Latifi. What are you talking about? I don't know what you guys are talking about. As I said, we've got about 6 now, 5 flashbacks during a Grand Prix, and we will be using them if necessary. Obviously, there's still a possibility that even if I use them, I can still fail the challenge. So that's sort of my thinking behind that.
Oh shit! Here we go again.
See if we can get a good exit here. If he doesn't get the best exit in the world, we get a much better exit than him. I'm going to spam our ERS. As I said, we're just completely regarding everything we said in our ERS video. Just because of the nature of this video. We've managed to get past, got the DRS. We'll brake hard here, just gear. And then just try and get our foot on throttle as quick as we can. Only 2.4 seconds behind Schumacher now. So that time behind Nicholas Latifi's actually helped us quite a bit, which is good. I don't exactly know how split up the grid is now. I'll have to try and check once I come out of this corner. Yeah, the grid is starting to spread out just a little bit. But there is still quite a bunch of them packed up, and I think that is around about where P10 is. So if we can just claw our way back and try and get ourselves amongst that group, we can at least do something here and try and get close to fulfilling this challenge. And I'm going to have to be super careful around this track as well, because as I said, the penalty is probably going to kill our hopes and dreams of actually doing this challenge. Because it's going to be tough to even just catch up to P10. So if we get a penalty, that pretty much solidifies the fact that we would have failed this challenge. But we're still going to go, because you never know. Get a safety car or something. We could end up in a decent position. That's going to be a pen? No, luckily. Somehow it's not a pen. Oh my god, I'm looking at the grid now and look at how spread out they are. I think this is a lost cause. I don't see us actually getting into the top 10 here. Oh, we're going to have a mega stint. Come on. If I can get past Stroll here, this will be very, very advantageous. I have to have a mega exit here. Come on. Oh yes, one right at the back of Stroll here. I think we're both going to get past Latifi. Oh, Latifi, what was that? He completely was squeezed in. Oh, here we go, down the inside. Can we do it? Can we do it? Just about. Oh my god. Oh my god. No way. Alright, we managed to get the double overtake on them. And we're 1.3 seconds behind Schumacher now. Let's go, let's go. Alright, I'm trying to be as quick as I can now on these softs. Just trying to use up the softs as much as I can without using up my ERS as well. I am trying to break into that, and I do need to use it. I was trying to break into that DRS of Schumacher without ERS, but I'm going to have to use it. There we go, we've managed to get in. Just need to have a late break in here. We'll definitely get it. I think we've got it. I'm not sure what kind of time we managed to lose there, but we have got DRS, which is beautiful. Can we even get past Schumacher here? I don't know if we've got the pace. We'll see. We're getting closer and closer to the braking zone. Nah, it doesn't look like we are, but we are a lot closer than we were. We've only got 4 laps to go and 4 positions to gain. Where's P10? Yeah, it doesn't look like we're gonna do this, guys. Because this field started spreading out. Oh no, no, no. Is that rain? I think it's rain. Oh my god, it's raining. No. No, please. I don't think it's gonna rain heavy enough for us to switch. There's only 4 more laps as well. If it does, then oh my god, we're gonna need to be on the money here. If we can actually, if it can actually get to the point where it's on inters, if we can get the perfect stop, that could be... No!
We've been awarded a time penalty. It will go against our finishing time at the end of the race.
That
They
could
ask
be...
you how you are,
No!
you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
No! Oh, well, there it is, boys. We're gonna need an absolute miracle to get into the top 10 now, especially with a 3-second time penalty. Oh no, that's the second challenge we failed. As we're finally gonna get past Schumacher here. It doesn't even matter at this point. It doesn't even matter. Because we're not gonna get P10 now. I mean, P10 is all me. I think P10's like 10 seconds ahead. This is ridiculous. Oh, well, that's a rip. That's a massive rip. We failed the challenge. Well, guys, it's highly likely that I failed this challenge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip.
We're still happy that we're on the right tyres at the moment.
Unless something big happens here, I'm going to skip to the end of the race. Alright, guys, as you can see, we're about to go on the final lap of the race. We're sitting behind George Russell, so we managed to sneak up into P12. And because of the amount of time we've actually gained on Kimi Räikkönen, we're actually going to finish in P13, obviously, unless George Russell bottles it on this lap. Gonna go around inside here. Oh my god, I was so close. That was such a late dive bomb. Oh, it's getting right on track. But yeah, unless George Russell completely bottles it this lap, I don't see us getting out of sight of that 3 seconds from him. So we're gonna finish in P13 for this one, which is overall, I guess it's not too bad. We are finishing just two places behind my teammate with this penalty, and a single place behind my teammate without the penalty. Maybe what we could have done if I knew that my place was going to be cut down this much, I probably would have actually done qualifying. Maybe we could have done that instead, but we didn't do qualifying for this challenge. Tried to get into the points from last place. It hasn't worked out. Lewis Hamilton has won here at Imola. I'm not sure who's in second place. I think it's either Max Verstappen or Sergio Perez. We have failed another challenge. We're 0 for 2 right now, as we're coming across the final corner. We're coming out of the final corner, and we're about to cross the line, as I should say, in P13. Okay guys, so as you can see, Lewis Hamilton did in fact win here with Max Verstappen and Valtteri Bottas rounding off the podiums. Our teammate Esteban Ocon, he didn't get into the points either. He finished in P11. We finished in P13. As I said, what we probably should have done is actually do qualifying and then try and get into the top 10 through it like that. We didn't. We started from last place, or we started from 19th and let Nicholas Latifi through, and we tried to get through. Sadly, we didn't. We only managed to make up 7 places in total there for that race, which is quite disappointing. But let's see how that does for the standings now. Max Verstappen's still in the lead, but he's only 2 points ahead of Lewis Hamilton, with Sergio Perez in P4, and then Aston Martin move on top of AlphaTauri. Same points for them, but since Aston Martin had higher results, I do believe, with the 2 teams, then they're obviously ahead. We're still in P5 with those 4 points that I scored in the previous race. Hopefully we can score some more points as the season goes out. But as for now, that's it for me, and I'll see you guys at the
Alright guys, well, it's a couple days later. Shit happened and I couldn't record it up until now. So yeah, as you can see, I failed the challenge once again for the 2nd time in a row. So this time I'm going to have to pour this bucket of ice cold water in the fridge. Since it's taken a couple of days to do this, the water should actually be colder than originally planned as well, just because the bottle of water that I'm using here has been sitting in the fridge for a couple of days. So yeah, got my shorts on, my swim shorts on, and we're just gonna do it. All right then. 3, 2, 1. Oh god, it's actually heavy as well. Right, you ready, guys? Oh my god! Let's just say we are so lucky to have a wet room. Okay. Oh no, my socks. Oh no, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Okay, guys, subscribe to the channel. This is forfeit number 2. Go and watch the previous one as well. Hopefully for the next one I can actually do the challenge so that I don't have to do something ridiculous like this again. But I'll catch you guys in the next one.